Well, hello, hello. I am Melissa Kerman with Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. Welcome to Paper Crafting with Melissa Kerman. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, been a demonstrator for 19 years, in my 20th year. So excited to share with you. It doesn't matter what I'm sharing. I love to share paper crafting. So I've got some fun projects tonight. They are Christmas themed. What I had in mind was basically stocking stuffers. I've got two that I'm gonna make, and they're super cute and pretty easy too. So you can make them fairly quickly if you want. So anyway, before I launch in, let's see if I, just looking for comments. All right, I see people joining in, wonderful. Say hello, let me know you're out there. I have a couple of projects today, a couple quick announcements, and we'll face the camera down fairly quickly. Let's see, so you guys might know that the retiring products from the July to December mini catalog went live today, so they're on sale up to 60% off those items. There's also a clearance rack refresh today with way deep discounts, like some designer papers at like $4.60, I think was the price. There's other things at $2. Anyway, just crazy, crazy deep discounts. So those are the two things going on at Stampin' Up. And then I have my Fitting Florets class. Today's the last day to register for that. And let's see what else. Coming soon, product shares. The product shares menu is actually all done and created. My website is updated, so you can actually go there and check it out. And the registration form is there. So if you want to sign up right now, you can do that. And I am offering 11 different shares. 8 of them feature the product suites in the January to April mini catalog. And the other 3 are kind of miscellaneous ones that capture some products that are not included that I thought would be fun to share. Embellishments, some specialty designer papers, some memories and more stuff. So anyway, that is what is going on. We have a new catalog coming out beginning of January. And if you're a demonstrator, if you're out there, this is the month we get to pre-order and we get to pre-earn celebration items. So that's always super fun. Now, in my newsletter yesterday, I said that I was going to share what I have gotten already from the mini and the celebration items. I think I'm going to hold off because I'm going to come on next week. I'm usually doing Facebook Lives every other day, but I'm going to come live next week just to do a product shares tour because I placed my order this morning. So I will have everything that will be included in the product shares plus all the goodies that I've gotten to show you all at the same time tomorrow instead of showing you a few things now and the other stuff later. So I'm going to wait until next week, but I will be going live next week to share that. So today we're just going to focus on projects. So super fun. Hi, Lauralee. Good to see you here. I know I'm not saying hi to people. I just noticed your name, Lauralee. So good to have you here. All right, so I'm going to face the camera down and show you these cute projects that I have. If you missed my introduction at the beginning, I have 2 stocking stuffers, super cute, little, fairly easy stocking stuffers that I'm going to share with you today. So let's get it started. Okay, so you can see there off to the right, I've got my product shares menu. You guys know I always do this. I love my play on words. So it's like a paper crafter's buffet. So there's each of the product shares, what each of them includes, and how much you're even getting of each thing. All the prices are prorated based upon the actual cost, including tax and shipping, all that good stuff. So that is on my website now. You can check it out if you want to now. All right, so these are all the things I just quickly mentioned. And the host code in case you want to take advantage of the retiring product sale or the clearance rack refresh today. Anyway, and all the details and links will be in the description of this video when we are done. So also, as a reminder, make sure to share, tag, follow, like, subscribe, all the good things here on Facebook and on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And do comment after the live because I love to engage with those of you that watch the replay as well. All right, so those are the quickies, the quick things. All right, so what I have to share with you today. So this is, I'm going to be making an adaptation of this. So this is a cute little stocking stuffer type thing. You know, it's supposed to look like Santa's outfit, right? I changed it a little bit because, well, because I have different tools and things to play with today, but it has gum inside. So super easy and quick to make this. Now I'm going to adapt it because when I went to the store and got gum, I got this gum, and I was thinking that it was the same kind, but it's actually sticks of gum. And it's like the wintergreen flavor, which is my favorite. What's your favorite? Comment, let me know. Do you like peppermint, spearmint, or wintergreen? They call this polarized, but it's really like, you know, wintergreen. Anyway, so we're going to adapt it. It's a little bit thicker than my original one, so I had to change my scoring a little bit, but it was just some little tweaks, so no big changes. So I've got my scoring a tool here, and I have a piece here that's 3 7/8 by 7.5, and I'm going to score it at 2.5 and 3. The thickness of the gum is basically a 1/2 inch, so it works perfectly. And then I'm going to score it along the bottom. Now I'm doing something slightly different on this one than I did on the first one, because on the first one there is no bottom. It just kind of slips out. But this one, because it's heavier and thicker, I thought I kind of need a bottom. Oh, cinnamon gum is your favorite? I didn't think of cinnamon. I'm thinking winter and peppermint and all that good stuff. All right, so I've got my basic scoring, and then I'm going to do just a little bit of cutting. So I'm going to just notch out, creating like a little bit of a bevel there in the 4 spots down here at the bottom. And I have one that is already done, completed, folded on all my score lines. And I am not going to put this together quite yet because I want to do some of my other pieces and parts first. Now for my what would that be called? Like down the middle of Santa's jacket, coat, whatever you call it. You guys tell me. I'm doing a white strip that's torn along the edges. Now for this, I'm using something that's on the clearance rack. It's the snowy white velvet sheets. Like I have some of this. I don't think I've even used it once, but it's soft and fluffy, and it seemed like the perfect thing for Santa's coat. It's $2 today, guys. I don't know what the usual price is. It might be just $5 because it's 2 sheets of 12 by 12, but $2, you can't go wrong, right? You want some of this fluffy paper. And it's just got a little finish. It's not actually fluffy. I'm exaggerating. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and tear here to create my middle segment. And then I just need to figure out what's going to be my front. That'll be my front. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it with some multi-purpose liquid glue. And then we'll set it aside to dry for a minute or two. So I don't know about you guys. I'm curious what you guys did for Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's December 1. Can anybody else believe it? Like it's December 1. I can't believe it. Thanksgiving was wonderful. Comment and tell us where you went, if you traveled or if you stayed home. I was actually in West Virginia visiting my daughter with my husband and my other daughter, so the 4 of us. And it's been a while since the 4 of us were together, so it was really, really fun. All right, so comment and tell me where you went, if you went anywhere, what you did for Thanksgiving. What were the highlights? We've already basically moved on to Christmas here in our house, so we got our Christmas tree over the weekend, and I have a feeling I'm not alone in that because a lot of people do it on Thanksgiving, at least where we live. All right, so let's see. So here I've got a tiny little piece of silver foil. I'm going to create the buckle for Santa's belt. And what I've done is I've just taken my ruler. This is a 3 quarters by 3/4 square of just the brushed metallic silver foil. I think this may be on low inventory or back order. I can't remember. And I measured in 3/16 of an inch. Can you see that? It's 3 of the small lines, not the smallest line, so it's a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch. And did the same thing on the other side. And then I made the line about 1/4 inch long. So this is just going to serve as a guide for me so I know where to punch my little holes to create my buckle. Now, this is a really tiny little piece, so I'm going to grab a piece of just scrap cardstock. It's got some adhesive on it, and I'm just going to hold on to it, give myself a little handle there. And I'm pulling out a couple retired punches for this because this is just, you know, the way that it needs to be. There's no other way to do this. So I've grabbed this a little notchy punch, and I'm just going to put it in here, and I'm going to sort of center it, but bring it a little bit more justified to the center, but centered top to bottom of the line. And I'm doing this just so, you know, the obvious reason. I want to make sure that I get my little openings about even so that the buckle looks even. Let's see what we got there. These might actually be a little bit close, so centering it. Okay, we can do this. Oh, there we go. There you go. Those are pretty close. That's okay. It'll be fine. All right, so now I've got a piece of black cardstock, just a strip. It's about 7/16 wide, which is just a hair less than 1/2 an inch. Kind of needs to be precise like that because otherwise it won't fit into this little space that I've created. Okay, so I'm just weaving it through. And you can see the cute little buckle that we have for Santa. Okay. All right, so we've got our buckle piece. We've allowed this to dry just a bit. Now, I'm going to have a sentiment on here as well. On my original one, I had this 'Tis the Season, which I think is really adorable, but I didn't have a sentiment that was small like that. So I started playing around with different things and trying to get something small. And I had a variety of sentiments to play with. But all of the ones that I had, like I played around with this, but it was really big. And I played around with a rectangle. So I did some fun things with this. So I wanted to make this a little bit smaller. And what I did was, I want to show you how I did that. I need a little scrap black paper over here. Okay, so I'm going to just punch out one of these. And then what I did was I stamped my sentiment on there so that it was justified to one side. And then I wanted to make it a little bit smaller. So it's not stamped, of course. I'm just going to show you the method for how I did this. So you can take the end of your piece of cardstock and just tuck it in to where it would slide in if you put it in the whole thing. Okay, come on. Cooperate now. It's easier to go in this way, right? But I'm trying to do just part of it. Okay. Always easier when you're not on camera, right? Okay. This is not cooperating for me. Oh, I know what I should do. I need a little handle. I need to use my handle. That'll help, I think, because then I can get it in there. There we go. So it's just a matter of sliding it in. Dang. All right, like I said, so much easier to do it off camera than it is on camera. Come on. Handle there. All right, so now you see it slid in there, and I can make it as big or as small as I want. So I'm just going to shorten that up a little bit and make something smaller, because I don't want this huge thing on the front of my little Santa thing. I want something smaller. So that's what I did to create this one. So I started with the full size piece and then just trimmed it down like I saw, like I showed you. So now I kind of wanted it to be even smaller. So I played again, and instead of using a full piece of black cardstock and one this size, I just took a strip of black cardstock, stamped the sentiment, and ran it through in the same exact way and got this. So I started with a narrower piece, but did the same trick where I punched it on one side and then on the, punched the whole thing and then punched this piece to be smaller. So little trick for a fun way to make your sentiments. And then did the same thing with my peace and joy so that I could get it just the size that I wanted it to be. And then I played around with my Lovely Labels punch, and I did this one as well, Sending Happy Thoughts. So we'll play around with whichever one we want to use. These are the two that I'm inclined to using. But I wanted to show you that trick because the punches can do all kinds of fun things, and you don't have to just use them in the full size if you are willing to play a little bit, which, I love to play. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. So this is going to go like that, and I want that piece to go in, and I think I need to trim off this one little segment right there. Okay, so now I got that. So the smaller flap's going to be on the inside, and then I want the front flap to be the last one to go down. So, but I need to do one more thing before I do that. Okay, so pulling in one more retired thing, I've got my 1-inch circle punch, and I'm just gonna punch out the neckline before I close it up because it will be not possible to do that once it's all attached. Okay, pieces in. Okay, that's the way it's going to be. Like that, in like that. So let's put some multi-purpose liquid glue. Onto this flap. Now in this case, I'm not worrying about it drying. I'm just gonna press it down and hope for the best. Not too worried about it oozing in this particular case. Okay, now before it gets all, finished and done with its, sealing process, I'm just going to tuck it in and make sure that it fits in there properly. And I do need to put some adhesive on this side too. And I'm just going to tuck it in there, just like that. Let's try that again. Tuck it in. Make sure it fits. Ooh, nice little snug fit, okay? Now, I have the notch, right, so I could pull it out, but we're going to create a little bit of a mechanism to make it easier to pull out. So this is how this works, right? Folds close like that, and that tucks in. But I don't really want to be messing with this piece, so I'm going to fold it back on itself and attach it. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back flap. I could trim it off, but I'm just going to glue it on there so it stays open like that. All right, now I'm going to see the blue, which bothers me just a little bit, but darn. Tuck that in there just a little too quickly. Caught on the flap caught. Okay. Let's try that again. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a little handle using 2 of these. So I am going to, on the inside where the gum is, I've not actually done this before, but I think it'll do just fine. I just have to experiment with how much I want it to stick up. It's going to sort of sandwich in there. Okay, let's see what we got there. There's a little glue on the back side. Can't do that. Come on out. Come out, gum. This is my, there we go. I'm grabbing onto that other layer. That's why it's not doing it. Okay. I think that's probably going to be sticking up where I want it. When it's tucked all the way in, it'll still stick up just about that much. Okay. Now, I need an embossing buddy because I got a little glue where I didn't want it to be, and I need to make sure to get rid of that stickiness. And my anti-static pouch will do the trick. So I got a little bit of glue on this edge right here. So we're just gonna kind of tap it, get that powder on there. Don't know where that fluffy thing came from. Not part of the embossing buddy. Okay, so that's better. Okay. All right. So we got that on there. Now let's attach the back side of our little handle. All right. It's just going to help us lift this out. That is going to keep bothering me because it keeps getting attached. So there we go. Just ripping it off. It's on the back, so. Okay, there we go. Got it backwards. Okay, I think we're almost in business here. Okay, so we got that. Now let's finish this off. We got our little buckle here. It's got to go in the middle. Isn't that the cutest little thing? It's so cute, that part. And I'm just going to wrap it around and attach it to itself on the back. Not quite centered, so adjusting that ever so slightly. Let's just fold those corners so we have some nice crisp corners, and then we can attach it. Okay, I haven't seen anybody share anything about their Thanksgiving, but then I'm just a little preoccupied here. I'll have to read that in the comments later, I guess. Okay, so where I place this is going to kind of needs to be influenced by what sentiment I'm going to use. So I've got my peace, joy, and love. And then I've got my sending happy thoughts. I kind of like the sending happy thoughts. I think I'm really partial to that circle to start with, but I don't have a sentiment that fits the circle. So it's just going to have to be like that. Okay, sending happy thoughts, option 1. Peace, joy, and love is option 2. I'm going to let you guys chime in and comment. Let me know what you think. Start by putting on my what is it, belt. Okay, and we want this to be nice and snug. We don't need to slide off or anything, so now I do need it to stay in place though. Sending happy thoughts, you like that, Sue? Thank you for chiming in, helping me make my decision. And We just need to tack down our belt. So, and how can you go wrong with that sentiment, right? It's such a cute little simple sentiment. Now, let's just go ahead and do that. I think I'll maybe pop it up just so that it looks a little bit different. Just, we'll just go with that. Ah, Deb says, the peace, joy, love. We have one for each. Now I'm conflicted. I don't like to take sides. Okay, so just so you know, the peace, joy, love is from the Inspired Thoughts. And the Sending Happy Thoughts is from this Beautifully Happy set, which is one of the new celebration sets that goes live in January. And I love this. They gave this to us when we were on stage when I was there in Texas. And I love the floral images in this and just great sentiments. So I love that Sending Happy Thoughts. And then I also used the 'Tis the Season on that other option that I showed you earlier. So just so you know. Okay. Now I'm conflicted. Sending Happy Thoughts. It's like too centered, kind of. Okay, I guess I just have to do the peace and joy and love. Okay. Either will be good. I could have just done like just a little, like one of those words. That was one of the other things I thought of, was just do just the love. Okay, that's going to do it. We'll use the Sending Happy Thoughts for something else some other time. So there is my cute little gum holder, and I think I probably need some little embellishment right there in the middle, but I don't know what I will use. Maybe a rhinestone. Can never go wrong with a rhinestone. That's what we need. Let's see if I can find one. Rhinestones, rhinestones. Give Santa a little bling. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. I'm trying to replicate that look, right? I think that's okay. I'm not even sure what that's supposed to be. Like in the middle of Santa's neck. Anyway, there are the two. That's what we got. Just simple, fun, little stocking stuffer. And you could put something else in it too, right? It doesn't have to be gum, but it has this nice little pull. And this one, of course, has the bottom, so it's a little bit reinforced. I know. Cute, cute, cute. I love these things. I love cute things. Little and cute things. Okay, the second project that I've got for you is something that I did years ago, and another little cute thing. So, where is that? I'm missing something. Where did it go? Put it somewhere else. Okay, well, bottom line is, oh, there it is. I made these adorable little sets of gift enclosure cards. So they measure, I think it's 2 1/4 by, I want to say, I can't remember, 3 and something. I know this. Can't remember though. I got the dimensions over here. Okay, so 3 1/2 by 4 1/2 is the full card body, and then it folds in half. So anyway, just these cute little presents that you can make with the designer series paper. So we're going to make one super quick, and then I have a set to show you, and I've done each one just a little bit differently. So I've got my piece of garden green cardstock, and I just said the dimensions, and I just had it sitting right here. What'd I say? 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Oh my goodness. How does it oh, there it is right there. Yeah, 3 1/2 by 4 1/2, folded in half. Okay, so we're gonna take a piece for the inside, just a simple white piece. I should end with that. Let's construct our little present. So I've got a tiny little piece of garden green cardstock here, and I've cut a piece of the Sweetest Christmas Designer Series paper. Now this project is great for little scraps, right? Because you're just using the tiniest little piece there. And who doesn't have a million of those little scraps sitting around? So anyway, that's, you know, just a tiny little piece, and I'm just going to mount it right there on my garden green piece. And I will have the dimensions for all of these in the tutorial. They are, there are 16ths. This is one of the things that I do, especially when I want like a tiny little precise edge there, is I do 16ths. All right, so this is going to be the top of my present. And then down the middle, I'm going to use a piece of this red satin ribbon. I'm not even sure that this ribbon is current, honestly, but it goes really well with this paper, so that's what we're doing. I had some ribbon. There was a combo pack of a real red and garden green ribbon that coordinated with the Sweetest Christmas suite. But I think I used all of it. So I just went into my scraps and found a piece of real red ribbon to use. Okay. So I just put a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue down the center. And you can make a million different variations on these, which is another thing that I really love. Make a nice, cute little gift for somebody. All right, and then I'm going to take a glue dot to wrap that tail underneath. You can see I have dimensionals on the back side because I want my little present wrapped up. I mean, popped up, I should say. And then I'll just put a little bit of glue along the top. And just attach this right on top so it overlaps just a little. Okay, now we need a little tiny bow to go at the top. Now, the other thing that's cool about this project is you can size it all up to make the present size bigger and make a bunch of cute little cards that are just, you know, constructed presents. So now you can see this is actually, this ribbon was twice as wide when I started. I cut it down the middle to make it narrower, and for this project, it's perfect to have it be thinner, because you don't want a big, thick ribbon for a tiny little card like this. Okay, just making my little bow. Get that just right. Now, I have one that's actually done over here, and I also put a little bit of glue on the back side, so it's tacky already. It's ready to go. Now, one thing, when you cut your ribbon down the middle, it gets you these little hairy pieces. And I kind of like to play with them, but in this case, I just want it trimmed off. I'm going to add a little bit more glue to that. The glue on there was dried from when I put it on earlier today. And it's just going to go. Okay, let's get that. Okay, right there at the top of where the other ribbon ends. So my cute little present. Now, is that the cutest thing ever? I think it's so cute. I love little things. Who else loves little things? All right. So now for this card, I used this Love and Big Hugs sentiment from the Sending Smiles set. And I stamped it on the bottom with garden green to coordinate. And then this is just going to go on the front of my little mini card. Comment and tell me, do you like little tiny things like me? And let's do this. Do the hashtag tiny cards. Maybe I should say hashtag tiny things. And I'm going to give away a set of these little mini cards. So use the hashtag tiny things, if you would like to win a set of these cute little cards. Okay, so now I've got my inside piece, and I've cut a little strip of the same designer series paper. It's a little longer than it needs to be, so I'm just going to line it up and then trim off the excess. Okay. Hashtag tiny things. Oh, now I'm seeing names. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Colleen. Who did I miss? I'm missing people, I'm sure. Hi, Kathy. All right, so this is just going to go on the inside. Like that. And then all we need to do is put our little present on the front. I just love this project. I think it's the cutest little thing. And this is just one of a set, right? So we're going to just center that in there. And you could, if you wanted to, darn, I pressed it down already. That's pretty close. Okay. You could actually punch a little hole in the upper corner there and attach it to a present, wrap it around a gift bag, something of that sort, or just put it in with your present. So anyway, there's my cute little tiny card. Now let me show you some of the other ones that I made. I should show you these ones too, but we'll show you the set that coordinates with what I just made. And I did bring again in a couple of things that were retired. So there's another one. This is also made with the Sweetest Christmas designer paper. I stamped that in black. The green was kind of an afterthought. I kind of like it with the green, but the black is okay too. I don't know. You tell me what you think. But another pattern in there with those adorable little candy canes. And the inside. This one, a little bit of glimmer paper. And I did this one birthday, right? Because it's not necessarily Christmas, right? It could be more neutral and do a birthday card. And then this one, that is also candy canes, so kind of needs to be Christmas too, but who doesn't need more love and big hugs, right? I love that sentiment. So that's the one set. And then the set that I originally made, I made them in all kinds of different colors of designer paper. I'm just going to open these up so you guys can see them. So once you get started doing these, like, just want to keep making them. So this paper it had white, and I colored the snowflakes red so you could see how that was done. And just a little white inside. Same there. That one started white, and I added some green. That's the old, I think it was wild wasabi or something. I put ink on the edges of the little top part of the present to give it a little bit more dimension. And then there's one that's in Night of Navy. Anyway, I think these are just the cutest little things ever. We used to have a lot of this thin ribbon, which we don't seem to carry anymore. But the thing that my vision for these is that you could just use one of the Stampin' Up envelopes, those plastic envelopes, and just stick your cards. Let's see, what's our favorite? Hard to pick a favorite. I kind of like the one we finished, especially like that pattern of paper, but I'd put them like back and forth in there and just tuck them in. Now, I like to tuck it in this way because it's going to overlap when I fold it up. So I'm making it face up on the back of the envelope. Tuck them in there. And then I can just wrap it up and the front looks good. And maybe tie a little bow around it or something. And there you got a nice little stocking stuffer or a neighbor gift. Now you could also do these for any occasion. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. So grab a paper that's more neutrally themed and you are good to go. So I have this. This is what I have to give away. So it's one of this version that I showed you here with the red, blue, and green. And it's neutral scheme, color scheme as far as the theme. It's not Christmas, but you could use it however you want. So this is a little kit to make these cards. So that's the idea behind this little guy. So maybe I lied earlier. So it's actually, you're getting, whoever wins the hashtag tiny things drawing will get this little kit to make these cute cards. And all the pieces are in there, plus ribbon and all that good stuff. So anyway, that's what I got to show you today. Let's bring these guys in. All right, so I'm going to have these projects on my blog on Saturday, at some point during the day, Saturday. It'll go live on YouTube also on Saturday. And let's just turn the camera around and say a quick farewell. Let's see what we got there. All right. Hashtag tiny things. Who doesn't need more little stocking stuffers, right? Cute things. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and you're gonna be inspired to go make some cute little Santa gum holders or little gift enclosure cards. These are so easy to make. Cutting the tiny things, putting the little pieces together, you know, there's a little bit of detail stuff, but we're good with that, right? Because that's what we do. Us paper crafters. All right, so just the quick little reminders again. So today's the last day to sign up for the Fitting Florets class. The details will be in the description of this video, links and all that. Don't forget the retiring products sale and the clearance rack refresh. If you're a customer of mine and you would like a catalog sent to you, just know that if you have purchased $50 or more in the last 6 months, I will automatically send a catalog to you. If you're not sure if you've purchased within that window, or you're not a customer but you intend to purchase through me, happy to send you a catalog. Just let me know and I will do that. There is a link in my newsletter from yesterday that has a link to let me know your address if you want me to send you the latest catalog and the celebration brochure. So there is that. Let's see what else. And don't forget to share, tag, like, follow, subscribe, all the good things. To share all the goodness, all the paper crafting goodness with your friends. So I will be back next week, likely Thursday, because that's my usual time. And what I'm going to have next week is all of the goodies, all the products from the product shares. So I'll have them all laid out and I'll do a quick run through of each of all those products. So you get to see all the designer papers for all of the 8 suites in the catalog, plus the specialty papers and embellishments and so much crafty goodness. So whether you buy product shares from me or not, mine are the best. I'm just saying, because you get a little bit of a lot of things if you depending on how many you get, but you will enjoy seeing all those lovely products. So I hope you will come back and join me next Thursday. So it'll be Thursday, 7 p.m. I will post if it's going to be anything different, but that's the plan. Yeah, and my next paper crafting Facebook Live will be the week after that, which will be the 14th of December. Can't believe it. December, Christmas, all that's going to be here before we know it. All right, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks for joining me today, and happy crafting. Bye. Yeah, I love new products too, Kathy. It's so much fun. Oh, and I should say, I forgot to mention, the SERIGRAPH class is my next technique class coming in December. I've been playing with new products. So I'm using this great new set of dies called Alphabet a la Mode, and the Daisy, what is it called? Daisy Delight bundle. And anyway, so much fun. So I'm going to incorporate those into the SERIGRAPH class. Registration for that will start in the next few days. I need to get a couple things squared away to get the sign up happening. But just watch for details if that's something that you're interested in, or comment here and let me know you're interested, and I'll make sure to tag you or whatever, send an email or whatever, so you know what's going on. So yes, that's coming with new products. So fun. All right. Have a wonderful evening. And again, happy crafting. Bye, everyone.